Tobias. First start at guard. How did that go? And just playing on the inside.
It felt good. It's definitely a lot different than tackle, but there's definitely things to improve on. But I think it was a good start.
Did you play any guard in high school, or were you just mainly all tackle?
So high school I played all tackle, but we had a senior game, and our right guard got hurt, and I went in for the second half. So that was about it. I didn't even practice it before that. Just got thrown in.
Yeah. Obviously, you've been practicing at guard for a while, but what did it feel like to actually, play in a real game, live bullets kind of flying in that environment?
Yeah. I mean, it's weird to say, but it's like not much different from practice, Obviously, there's a lot of people there, but I think that I felt pretty similar to practice. I didn't think that it really changed a lot for the game versus practice.
You started with Kilian before in that bowl game, but this is your first start actually right next to him.
Yeah.
What did you notice about him in command at center right next to him?
He's got really good communication, so it just makes everything clear. Like when he makes an ID, or he changes, or he switches up mid-play, or there's a twist and we end up bumping off. It's pretty good.
Obviously, you guys went back, watched the tape. What stood out about your performance, and then just the offensive line, or anything you felt like we could do better at this, or anything Coach Hansen's?
I think we came out with good energy. I think that was one thing that I think we were working on during spring is coming out with good energy and trying to be one, and I think we did that well. There's obviously things that you can clean up, but I think that was one of the best things that we did.
Obviously, you only got kind of that first half of play, and they put the backups in. What was it like for you to kind of maybe put on a coaching hat and kind of help those young guys out, even though you are still a young guy as well?
It was awesome. It was a lot of fun. These guys have worked so hard, and it's good to see them getting in and get reps and playing well. So it was a lot of fun and exciting to get those guys in the game.
How quickly have you seen the team kind of move on from Saturday? Put the win behind them because you got another opponent, not kind of bask in a big win.
Obviously it's still talked about, but I think that in terms of when we go into practice, I think it's completely out of our mind, and you got to just completely reset so that you can focus on the next opponent. I think that's something that we've done well.
Coach True, Coach Carroll, he's new to the program. What was it like having him on the sidelines? Seems like he brought a lot of juice.
Yeah, it was great. That was one thing after our warm-up he taught us this this little chant to get energy, and it was good. It brought a lot of energy, and I think during the game also on the sideline he brought a lot of energy and kind of just got guys right, for sure.
One of the big changes is you guys were dressed in warm-ups together. Last year you could dress a little more individualistic. So
yeah.
What did you feel the change for the team just coming out as one and dressed as one out of the buses?
I think we're just more unified. I think that it's a little different when you kind of all go out and you're just focused on what you're wearing. I think it makes it a little simpler when you're all wearing the same thing, and I think it's pretty cool. First time doing that in college, which is kind of weird, but I think it's nice.
Do you have any message to those freshmen who played offensive line, Dunn or Lacona, getting their feet wet for their first college game?
I'm just proud of them. That's pretty nerve-wracking to come here and just first game you're going in for a whole half. It's exciting and nerve-wracking, but I think they did a good job. I think they did a good job. I'm proud of them.
Lincoln mentioned the leadership council that kind of helped determine what you would wear, the matching outfits and everything. I don't know if you can say if you're on the council or not, but what role does that group of players have on this team?
It kind of comes with the name. You just when we're in practice and energy is low, it's kind of on us to kind of try and bring it back up together, and that's obviously something that we're all still learning. But I think that's kind of the main goal of the leadership council, is to come together and figure out okay, what are we going to do at this time? What are we going to do when we're lifting weights and energy's not right, where it needs to be? So I think that's the main goal of the leadership council, is to get everybody right.
Seems like there's no ego involved in that. If you're on the council, that's great. If you're not, that's great too. It's kind of a cohesive thing.
Of course, yeah. When we're doing indie drills, even some of the freshmen, you can call out some of the older guys, you're not doing this right. You're not bringing energy. What are you doing right now? And nobody's going to get mad at that. It's you're right. I need to be better about that.
Sorry if you already asked this, but in terms of your biggest takeaway from this first week one game with the offensive line, what would you say that is?
Yeah, I think I said it earlier, but I think that we did a good job of bringing energy. I think that was the best thing we did. I think the IDs were good, and I think that the communication was good. I think that there's just little things that we could tweak and be more come off the rock a little more, but I think it was a good start.
Any other young guys in particular stand out?
Man, I'm honestly pretty proud of all of those guys. They all did a pretty good job. I mean, that's crazy coming in first game. I mean, some of those guys have been working here for 6 months. It's a big thing to be going in for a full half after 6 months. I was pretty proud of those guys. So, yeah.
Had you been in a game before at guard, or was it only at tackle?
Only at tackle. In high school, I got a few reps, but not very many.
How did you feel about your first game starting at guard?
I think it was a good start. Definitely a lot to improve on, but it's somewhere to start. Yeah.
Let's do one more.
How did it feel starting your first game at home as opposed to when you started in the bowl game?
I was talking to my dad about that. It was pretty exciting. It's a big deal to be getting your first start in Coliseum, and it's something I'll never forget, of course.